So I don't usually come on and talk as much as I just like to play little clips of songs or play along to the record, but I thought I would do something different today and come on and do a little bit of teaching. Um, Through the years, a lot of people, especially when they're first starting out, ask me about the song Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. I think a lot of people hear the way it sounds and they assume it's going to be kind of an easy one to start with. I wouldn't say that it's super difficult, but there's a lot more going on than you might think. So I'm just going to go through the basics of it here. So what Tom has going on here is in the intro, which is the chord structure for most of the song, he actually has about 5 guitars playing. It's Tom, Mike Campbell, Jeff Lynne from ELO and the Traveling Wilburys, and George Harrison. So he's got all of them on there playing different parts, and I'm going to talk about 3 of those parts. I think that the other 2 parts are probably like a 12-string guitar, something of that nature. But part number 1 is the one that you most commonly probably see Tom play. We've got a capo at 1 here. I'm playing my Epiphone Casino today, and you know that's going to be a good choice because 3 out of 4 Beatles can't be wrong, okay? So anyway, capo at 1, nothing wrong with using a capo. They're all over rock and roll, and they're really good for these types of things. I'm going to make a layer here, and I'm actually going to use a loop. So if you don't know what a looper pedal is, it's a pedal that allows me to record myself playing in real time and then kind of play along with my own recording. So I'm going to make the layers here, do some overdubs, and show you how he did this. So the first guitar, capo at 1, and we're going to start with an E chord. Now what he does is he takes his pinky finger and he puts it down on the G string of what I'm going to call the 2nd fret relative to the capo. Back up, then to a B chord. And the B chord here is just going to be your typical A bar chord. If you're not super familiar with chords, that's okay. You can look them up. I don't have charts or anything here, so I'm just going to kind of wing it. So here's guitar 1, and I'm going to start recording. So now you can hear it playing back in the background, and that's the looper pedal. And that'll be guitar 1. Guitar 2, we're going to take the capo and move it down to the 3rd fret. Now, this is probably my favorite voice here, and it sort of stands out. I'm going to adjust my pickup a little bit here. Make it just a little bit more jangly to get that tom effect. And we're going to go ahead and play this. So now for this one, we're going to have a D chord. And again, it's not really D, but relative to this capo at 3, D shape. And this time our pinky is going to come down in what would be the 3rd fret of the high E string. Back up, and then an A chord. And I just like to stretch my whole finger across basically those bottom, or these top, I should say, 4 strings. So something like this. Now I don't actually know who is playing what guitar, but I always imagine that to be George. So let me add to my loop here. We have our first guitar going. I hit my record button. Now we get a little brighter, jangly effect. Now the 3rd and final one I'm going to do, and this is the one that I really dislike the most as far as trying to play. And a lot of times when I forgot my capo at a campfire, I was stuck doing this, and it hurt my hand very much before carpal tunnel surgery. but it's the F chord. So you're going to make this generalized cowboy chord F here, and your pinky's going to come down right here on the G string of the actual 3rd fret. And then a C chord. F and C, 2 chords that my students never wanted to learn, but they're good ones. So I'm going to add that layer on top here. So when you end, you get this big full intro, and Tom adjusted it all over the place to get different levels and stuff like that. But you know, that's basically it. So that's all you get for free, and good luck.